How to get better at public speaking. Okay, so this is a very tricky topic for me because I don't really have a blueprint, so to say, that's orthodox. Okay, this is very unorthodox. Okay, this is just from my life. Okay, I didn't really like have a specific mentor or teacher to help me, or I never like learned from like YouTube videos or anything like that. This was more just from life, if that makes sense. All right. So the number one thing that helps for public speaking is just confidence. Okay, just having confidence and knowing what you're talking about. Okay, so how do you get confident in what you're knowing and in knowing what you're talking about? Well, you have to become knowledgeable. Okay, so that's like one of the number one things. Okay, so when I took communications class, which I got an A in, all right, the one thing that was really key on doing a really good presentation was knowing all the facts, getting all the details down. Okay, so I did a presentation on Robinhood. All right, I love Robinhood. I could talk about Robinhood for days. Right, it was one of the free trading platforms, and not a lot of people knew about it. Right, not everyone was on it yet. So I was like, "Oh, this is a great opportunity to talk about it." They have, no press right now, so I could do a free little presentation on Robinhood. Okay, so when I started doing the presentation, all I had to do was gather all the information, memorize it, and I had interest in it. I already knew a lot about Robinhood. I used it myself. I was able to pretty much just tell everyone what I already knew. So that's that makes public speaking a lot easier. Okay, now if you act or if you seem like you have no confidence, that will make you a poor public speaker, right? If you have to like continuously look at your notes, if you're like reading off your notes, right, that shows no confidence, right? It shows that you don't have knowledge in this. Instead, you're just reading off a paper, no confidence. Okay, so getting better at public speaking again, practice, and then really become knowledgeable through the practicing. Okay. Another way is to get reps, okay, from the practice. So now, like, you think that public speaking is just like a one time thing. It's really not, right? It's an ongoing thing. And you should think of it as more of as like an acting gig rather than just like a one time event, right? An actor doesn't just go and acts the scene out just once they first get the script. No, they go home, they rehearse it, they like read the lines, try to memorize the lines, and then they go out and then do the play, whatever, I don't, the shoot, right? And that is the same thing with giving a presentation when you do public speaking, right? You have to write up the script and then practice the script, pretty much memorize the script, right? And then now give the presentation. Now I don't say you have to memorize the script. Like you can have bullet points, key points, right? That's what I use, right? And then that will help you kind of like stay on path of what your presentation is about. But again, you have to get in the reps, right? You have to rehearse the script. You have to review what the script is all about. Make changes if you have to, okay? And then actually do it. Actually do the presentation, right? Actually do it and in front of either people or just record it like like in a video like what I do right now like in these videos. Even though I don't really script these videos, I kind of have a general idea. I go back to the title of the video and then I try to go back to the topic, right? So how to get better at public speaking, and I just think about it. How do I get, or how do people get better at public speaking in general, right? And then you just come up with ideas. Okay, another way that I did it personally, right, from my experience, was from doing stuff that's very out of the ordinary, right? And because I live in New York, I can tell people don't give a crap. It's New York City. Like wild stuff happens all the time, right? And then I adopt this mindset because I realize like no one really cares. At the end of the day, they go home, like they just worried about themselves, right? Even if they have a recording of you of you doing something dumb or embarrassing, like who cares? Like for real, who cares? Who are they gonna share it to? Like their 100 friends on Instagram, like their Snapchat. Like who cares? Who are these people? They're nobody, literally nobody. So like when you go out and embarrass yourself, like who cares? Like even if you embarrass yourself in front of the lecture hall, there's only like 100 people in that lecture hall at most. Even if it was a large lecture hall, 1,000 people, it's just 1,000 people. Who cares? There's billions of people on this earth. There's no one's gonna care. Like literally, no one's gonna care. That's the beauty of it. Okay, and you have to implement that mindset. Okay, that's like step three, right? Implement the mindset of who cares, right? Even if I mess up, who cares, right? And if I stumble upon my words, who cares, right? It really doesn't matter as long as you recover and you can, as long as you can deliver the message, basically, right? That's the key thing about public speaking: delivering the message that you're trying to give, and the viewers receiving it, right? I hope that when I'm making these videos, like I'm really speaking to the audience. I'm not really like reading off a script or anything. I'm trying to really speak to the person as if it was like me that doesn't know the stuff. I'm trying to speak to that person, basically, right? And yeah, that's really like what you want. Like you want your message to be delivered to the listener, right? That's the key to public speaking, to giving a good presentation. The listener understanding the speaker. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can think of another one right now off the spot, on the spot, because I'm drawing a blank. I know that like practice is important. I know that. Oh, let me give you an example actually, because this goes back to the number three, right? Just doing stuff that's out in the ordinary, right? That you wouldn't normally do. And like I'll give you an example. Like one time, I went to an event at my school, right? So like, I usually just attend random events that I find out about, and this was like a really really random event, and I was with this like really cute Armenian girl, right? And I was like, yo, come with me to this event, and then we had like this pie eating contest. It was hilarious. It was a vibe. It was interesting. Had like a raffle, all that stuff, and then at the end of the event, I'm just still chilling, hanging around. They're like, "Oh, we forgot to hand out these candies," right? And they had like boxes of candies. It was like literally like like you go to BJ's, you buy those boxes. It's like $20 or $15, whatever it is. Like literally so many boxes of candies. And I was like, "Oh, I'll take them if you don't want them anymore." They gave me all of them, like, literally all of them. And they're like, I'm like, bro, what is going on? Like, what am I gonna do with all this candy? I'm not gonna eat this. So I'm like, all right, bro. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sell it. And I knew I had a communications presentation coming up, so I was like, you know what, this is good practice to get my public speaking, to get out my jitters talking in front of people, right? So I'm like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be like one of those people in the subway carts that sell candy. So I'm like, bet I'm gonna do this. I grab all the candies, right? Then I'm like, all right, bet. Let me think about what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna say something about me having to raise money to pay my rent, so I don't get kicked out, or that because I am getting kicked out by my parents, right? So that's my script. So I will go into a train. I'll be like, all right, hello everybody. I'm selling these candies to raise money for rent. Because my parents are kicking me out. I'm just a college student, just raising some money so I could afford school and afford a place to live. Anything could help, right? And I would just go into the store, not the store, into the train, and walk each car and announce that. And bro, I actually sold like 20 candy bars. Like, bro, it's a free $20 that I was gonna take the train anyway to go home. Now the train ride home, I made $20 for free, and I got to practice public speaking. Super unorthodox, super fun. Honestly, it was super fun. Honestly, it was embarrassing, but very very fun. I would not do it again because it was very embarrassing, but it actually worked. I actually sold some candies, which is kind of crazy. I actually was surprised. And you know what? I wasn't even charging them that. I was raping them on the price. I was charging them $2 for a candy. Like, and I was getting sales too. People were actually buying them. It was so crazy. People were buying $2 candies from me. Oh my goodness. It was crazy, bro. I really should have opened it up because I could have broken it apart. There was actually two inside of each one. So I could have sold it for $1 each. But now looking, it's too late now. It's whatever. But I got my reps in. That's how you get your reps in. All right. For me, it was just like I had an opportunity, and it was like a great opportunity. I took advantage of the circumstances that life gave me. And if you just keep an open mind and just see the opportunities around you, dude, you'll definitely kill it. You definitely kill it. Okay. In terms of like public speaking for like a presentation, like there's there's gonna be times where you are doubting yourself, and you're gonna be in your own head, okay? But you have to remember that other people are probably worse, and that usually makes me feel a little bit better. Like, cause like when I was watching the other people do the speeches, they were like shaking and trembling. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little like happy because I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna help me boost my grade up because they are so bad. So like, just feel like you're not alone. Okay, just remember you're not alone, and it comes with practice. Okay, so don't feel bad that if you are bad. Okay, and don't feel bad that like it's not coming natural to you or it's not easy. Right, you have to do like things that are uncomfortable to really break through that initial fear of being in public and speaking out loud. Right, so I understand. I understand that there is a bit of a gap in terms of skill. So just I'm telling you right now, just practice, right? Really practice, and it could just start with one person. Like you just speak in front of one person, speak in front of a friend, and then do it with two people. Do it in front of your parents. Do it in front of your sibling. Like just they don't have to be paying attention. Just practice in front of them, right? Stand in front of them and just read or like present something as if it was like strangers, right? You'll be more comfortable in front of them. And then if you still make mistakes, then make it's better to make mistakes in front of them than in front of people in front of people and your professors and when it counts, right? So make those mistakes early, get over it, and improve. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoy. Drop a thumbs up, drop a comment about what you would do to improve your public speaking and what you did if you have improved your public speaking in the comments below. Okay, check out my other videos, channel here, and another video over here. Peace.